Good morning. It's April 8th, 2020. I'm Pastor Rusty. This is your daily Inspo. As we go on through this last week of Christ's life before he offered himself for us, staying in Matthew, after he cursed the fig tree, he went into the temple. And while he was in there doing the things that only Jesus could do, and the crowds were around and they were amazed, and it was a high energy time, the Pharisees, he was rocking their world's boat. They had taken the reins of people's souls. They held the keys. And if you didn't walk their path, you didn't get in. And that's always a dangerous thing when other people can hold the controls to your life. Well, as he got in and he was doing those things, they asked him, by what authority do you do these things? I love what Jesus did then. He said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll answer you if you answer me a question first. Was John's baptism of the Lord or not? Well, that caused no small rife in the Pharisees. They got together. They couldn't even answer his question. They got alone. They said, well, if we say it's not of God, then the people are going to be upset because they really loved him. But if we say he's of God, then he's going to say he has the authority of God as well. So they didn't know what to do. They said, we can't answer that question. And Jesus said, well, then neither do I answer your question. I like that. As we consider this day, this glorious day, the birds are chirping, the storms are coming in, the grass is growing, we're all in isolation one way or another, and there's a lot of scuttlebutt going on, a lot of arguing of what the government's doing, what the government hasn't done, and then not only that, but on top of just in general everyday life, people argue and try to drag you into their agenda. We can take a note from Jesus there. He didn't get dragged into their agenda. He stayed above it. He didn't get down in the ditches where they were at. He stayed above, and he remained in his calling, in his integrity, and on the program. And that's something I think we can learn. Don't let people drag you into their agenda today. I've heard people say, don't get in an argument with stupid people, because they'll bring you down to their level. They'll beat you with experience. And, I think that's true. I see so much frustration and anger and frustration on top of frustration because people get dragged into each other's agendas. Our agenda should be to represent Christ, live as Christ would live, take care of the needy, clothe the naked, feed the hungry. We as a church have been deployed now. We're not gathering in our buildings, which we were never told to build. We just did it because it was easier to meet in a big building. We're out in the world, and we're walking every day up and down the aisles and in and out and walking the streets and talking to our neighbors. And, I've noticed a lot of people like to huddle together and push their agenda. A lot of people like to get on social media and push their agenda. A lot of people are constantly looking to get other people stirred up and get them drug into their agenda and make you make a decision and make you side with them or prove that you disagree with them. And somehow, we're not forced to do that. Remain in your integrity. Don't get drugged into senseless arguments today. That's something you can do this day. Remember, this is the day the Lord has made. Rejoice. Be glad in it. I'm Pastor Rusty. I'll see you tomorrow.